We've all heard it. Voter ID is supposed to protect elections. But what if I told you that the system already has layers of protection and that voter ID might be solving a problem that barely exists? Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Marxisms. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. So let's break this down how voting actually works. When you register, the registrar confirms your identity using your ID or social security digits, verifies your citizenship status, checks your residential address, and ensures you're eligible under local law. Once that's verified, you're officially on the voter rolls. So it doesn't matter if you do it at the fair, in person at the registrar or county clerk's office, or online. The same process takes place. The registrar will then send you confirmation of your registration, which will show all of your voter information, city, state, precinct, district, or whatever they call it in your area. Let's say someone shows up and somehow votes in your name. No panic. You'd tell them, you'd get a provisional ballot, then officials review the records, verify the details, and ensure your legitimate vote is the one that ultimately counts. On election day, when you arrive, or when your ballot is received, your eligibility is matched against that voter roll. If something doesn't match, there are checks like provisional ballots to make sure that no one's vote is wrongly counted or denied. Let's say someone shows up and somehow votes in your name. No panic. You'd tell them, and you'd get a provisional ballot. Then officials review the records, verify the details, and ensure your legitimate vote is the one that is ultimately counted. Now, here's the real kicker. Strict voter ID can actually block legitimate voters. Many seniors, students, or low income citizens might not have updated IDs, and that means real eligible voters could be turned away. That's not to mention certain minority groups like Native Americans who don't have easy access to official ID facilities and often lack the necessary paperwork like birth certificates, which makes it harder for them to vote. On top of everything, voter ID laws come with costs, more paperwork, staffing, and taxpayer dollars. So you're spending more to fix a problem that barely happens in the first place. And we're talking 0.0004%. That's point, four zeros, and a four, and then a percent. That's not a lot. So while voter ID is one debate, another big topic is voting machines. And that comes with its own set of worries. Some fear the machines can be hacked or manipulated remotely, which fuels concerns about their integrity. Voting machines are never connected to the internet before, during, or after the vote. They're air gapped, meaning they remain completely offline, which ensures the security and the integrity of the vote. In fact, these concerns have been disproven through audits and recounts. Plus, many machines have paper backups, ensuring a physical record if needed. And when I'm talking about those audits, we're talking about 2020. It didn't happen. There was no election being stolen in 2020 or ever in the long time in U.S. history. So it's utter nonsense. It was completely disproven in court through audits, through counts. there is no there is absolutely zero evidence of any kind of wrongdoing. It's just the facts. Now, just like voting machines, another concern is mail-in ballots. Some people worry that once your ballot is mailed, it's out of your hands. They fear it could be lost, tampered with, or that someone could change it. When your mail in ballot arrives, bipartisan teams of trained election officials handle it. They separate the outer envelope, which has your name, from the sealed ballot inside. This ensures your vote remains anonymous. Multiple people are always present, following strict procedures to protect your privacy. Also, representatives from different parties or designated observers are allowed to monitor the process to ensure everything is fair and transparent. Plus, many jurisdictions offer ballot tracking so that you can follow your ballot's progress from when it's mailed to when it's received and counted, giving you full peace of mind. Mail in ballots are so trusted that even President Donald Trump regularly votes by mail, including in the very last election that he voted in, including all the presidential elections he voted in. All right, that's it for Marxisms today. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the comments. Peace.